Simplifying algebraic or variable expressions. There are lots of definitions today, so you're going to need to pause and write them down because these are very important terms and you need to know them, okay? So I'm telling you right now, get your pencil. All right, let's say we have the expression 13x plus 5 minus 4x plus 6 minus 8y. First definition, terms. They are the pieces joined with a plus or minus sign, okay? Now some books technically just say addition signs because we know we can rewrite any subtraction as adding the opposite, but if it's not written that way, I don't want it to confuse you. So I want you to just think if it's joined by a plus sign or a minus sign, then those are the terms. So there are how many terms in this expression? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 terms in this expression. Like terms. Write this one down. The terms that can be combined because they are just numbers, which are constants, we will define them in a minute, or if variables are the same variable raised to the same power, okay? So in this example, I don't have any exponents, but I do have x's and y's, so there are different variables in this. Constant, write this down. A regular number, 5, 6, negative 17, there's no variable attached to it. And the last one I want you to write down is coefficient. The number that's multiplying the variable. Okay? So you have terms, like terms, constants, and coefficients. All right, here's our same example. 13x plus 5 minus 4x plus 6 minus 8y. We're going to list the terms, like terms, constants, and coefficients. Okay? So the terms always include the sign in front of it. So the terms are going to be 13x, 5. Now I don't have to write a plus because for positive because it's by default it's positive. But this next one I have to write negative 4x because there's a negative in front of that one, right? 6 and negative 8y. I seem to be writing that kind of small, so please make sure you can see that. 13x, 5, negative 4x, 6, and 8y. Now let's list the like terms, the things that we can add together. Okay, I have a 13x, and if I go along, I see that I have a negative 4x. They're the same variable raised to the same power. Okay, I'm actually going to trade my marker. Sorry, but I didn't like that one. Okay, I also have a 5 and a 6. We see them here, a 5 and a 6. So I'm also going to write 5 and 6. So these two are like terms, and these two are like terms. I should have put a comma there. Okay? Now our constants, they're also part of our like terms. Our constants are our numbers that don't have any variables with them. So that's the 5 and the 6. Are you all okay? If you have questions, I want you to go over this, and if you have questions, this is something you can ask me about tomorrow. Put a question. The coefficients are the numbers that multiply the variable. Well, my terms with the variables are 13x, negative 4x, and negative 8y. So the coefficients would be 13, negative 4, and negative 8. Okay? Go back and look. Make sure you understand. 13 comes from the 13x. Negative 4 comes from the negative 4x. Negative 8 comes from the negative 8y. All right. Now what I would like you to do, or with me, is combine the like terms and simplify. So you box the like terms and combine, and then you repeat. So I always start from the left and go. I'm going to put a box around my 13x. And I'm going to look and see if there are any other x's. And I see yes, negative 4x. The sign goes with the number. The sign is in front of the number. So what's 13x minus 4x? If I ignore everything else and just combine what I have boxed, what is that? 9x. Okay? No other x's. So now I'm going to go to my next number. It's a 5. So I'm going to actually circle. I like to have a little bit of variety. Nice circle, Della. Do a better circle than I did. I like to have a variety so it stands out. So I have a 5. And do I have any other constants? Yep, I have a 6. Whoa. 5 and 6. Those are my only constants. And they're both positive. 5 plus 6 is 11. What's left? Negative 8y. Are there any other y's? No. So negative 8y. Now, in algebra, we like to write things in order. We like to have the variables listed first. If we had any exponents, we would put the highest exponents first. And then we like our variables in alphabetical order with our constants last. Okay? So I need to rewrite this so that it's 9x minus 8y plus 11. Because I don't have any exponents, and now my variables are in alphabetical order with my constant last. Notice when I rewrote it, the sign went with the number. Okay, I didn't just flip-flop the 11 and the 8y. The sign went with them. Plus 11, plus 11. Minus 8y, minus 8y. All right, let's do the same for this problem. 4x minus 7 minus x, good job, Mrs. Bowden, plus 9. I copied it from the book, and the book had ends, and I switched it. Obviously not well. All right, here we go. 4x minus x. What's the coefficient of that x? It's not there. Could I write one in? Yes, because the coefficient of this x, how many x's are there? If it's only 1, we don't usually write the number, okay? So this is really negative 1x, and you may write that in. So now I have 4x minus 1x. What's 4x's? Take away one of the x's. 3x. And now I only have constants left. So I have a negative 7 and a positive 9. What's 9 minus 7? 2. So this simplifies to be 3x plus 2. Okay? Here's another problem. 6x minus 2y, I meant that to be different, plus 8x minus 4y minus 1. So start with our first one. 6x. Any other x's? Oh yeah, here's a plus 8x. 6x plus 8x? 14x. Okay, let's go to the next one. I have a minus 2y and a minus 4y. Or you could think of it negative 2y, negative 4y. Same signs when you're adding, same sign, sum. So negative 2 and negative 4, negative 6y. And then what do I have left? Just one constant. I'm going to be extra fancy and put a triangle around that one, minus 1. If you are one of the people that really likes to use a highlighter, you could highlight your terms, different colors. Just make sure you can see them, but you need to make sure that you highlight the sign as well. And you need to be careful when you are boxing that you don't put your line through your sign, because some kids, they'll put their line through a negative and think their negative is a positive. So in math, you need to be careful and precise. All right, but wait, there's more, because that was pretty easy, right? What if we had the distributive property mixed in the middle of it? We need to do the distributive property first before we can add or subtract, because remember, order of operations says parentheses first. So let's distribute this problem. 2 times the quantity x minus 4 plus 9x plus 1. 2 times x, 2 times negative 4, and then bring down the rest of the problem. Okay, so now it's 2x minus 8 plus 9x plus 1. 2x. Any other x's? Yep. Positive 9x. 2x plus 9x? 11x. Now I have negative 8 and positive 1. Now sometimes when I only have the last thing, they're the same, I don't have more terms, I just will combine them without boxing them. So you can do that if you want to, okay? So I won't circle these. Negative 8 plus 1, negative 7. All right, how about 3k minus 8 times the quantity of k plus 2. Now I have something before the distributive property. Here I had something after the distributive property. So 3k minus 8 times k is 8k. Negative 8 times 2, negative 16. Okay? Here are my like terms. 3k, negative 8k. What's 3 take away 8? Different signs, take the difference. Negative 5k minus 16. Because I didn't have any other constants, so I didn't have anything to combine with that. All right. Let's have something in front of the parentheses, in front of the distributive property, and after it. Yay! All right, here we go. Bring down the 4a. You cannot combine 4a and 5. Negative 5 times 6a, negative 30a. Negative 5 times 8, negative 40, plus 12a. Okay, let's start boxing and combining. 4a. Remember, if I'm going a tiny bit too fast, stop, write this down, and then join me again, okay? Minus 30a plus 12a. So now we have a little problem, only counting what's boxed. 4a minus 30a, negative 26a, plus 12a. What's negative 26 plus 12? Negative 14a. And then all we have left is the minus 40. So you have to do some mental math in this. If you're not sure, you can always do a little bit of math problem on the side. Okay? All right. 4x minus the quantity of 2x plus 8. Now, normally I've had a number to distribute into my parentheses. This, I just have a minus. Well, it's just like the problem that we had on the other board where it was a negative x. If I don't have a number in front of something, I can always put a 1. So I'm going to put a 1 right here, and then I'm going to distribute my negative 1. Okay? So carry down your 4x. Negative 1 times 2x, negative 2x, negative 1 times 8, negative 8. All right, where kids make mistakes on this is they'll put the negative with the 2x, but then they forget, oh, I have to distribute this negative to all the other terms in the parentheses also. So they copy it down as a positive, and then they get it wrong. So put your 1 in and distribute your negative 1. Distribute your negative 1 to all the terms inside the parentheses, okay? Now let's box and combine. 4x minus 2x. What is 4x minus 2x? 2x minus 8. 2 more and we're done. 6x minus the quantity 5x plus 2 plus 12. Once again, I have my subtraction and then go straight to the parentheses, so I need to put in my 1 because I need to distribute this negative 1 to everything. Okay, carry down my 6x, and now let's distribute negative 1. Negative 1 times 5x, because what I'm doing here is I'm getting rid of the parentheses so I can combine terms. Okay, I cannot add if I have parentheses. That goes against my order of operations. Negative 1 times 5x, negative 5x. Negative 1 times positive 2, negative 2 plus 12. So I carry down anything that I'm not in the middle of multiplying. Box, 6x minus 5x, and those are all of my variable terms. 6x minus 5x is just 1x. And when I just have 1x, I just write an x. I don't write the coefficient 1. You can do that initially, but as time goes on, I don't want you to do that because that's not how we do it in algebra. All right, negative 2, let's circle these. Positive 12. What's 12 take away 2? 10. Positive 10. Good job. All right, last one. 6x plus 3 times the quantity 2x minus 5 minus 8x minus 7. Let's carry down what we can't do anything with right now. 6x, now I can do the distributive property, plus 6x minus 15. Did you follow how I did that? I didn't tell you what I was doing, I just did it. Minus 8x minus 7. Now I need to box my like terms. Do I always box my like terms? Yes, I do. Here we go. So I have 6x plus 6x is 12x. 12x minus 8x, 4x. Then I have negative 15 and negative 7. They're both the same sign. So I'm going to sum and get a bigger negative. You know what I mean. Negative 15 minus 7, negative 22. That was kind of a long one, but I hope you got everything. That's it.